Game collecting tips and tricks.
Ooh, okay, so I want everyone to stop right now. Everybody's heard the same tips and tricks. You boys better have brought me your A game with a tip and trick for game collecting. I don't want none of these boo-boo answers that we've heard on every boring YouTube video. Here's a trick you didn't know. Bring cash. It's like, no. I want to hear. You got a good one, Gabo?
Oh,
Ooh.
of course.
Well, I'm going to give you a hand now because I know it's going to be good. What is it?
Do we,
yes?
Just in general or negotiate on the spot?
Tips and tricks, bro.
Anything.
You better think that little cute white head of yours right now. Go ahead, Gabo. What you got?
The brown card.
Oh, no. We talked about.
Dude,
I knew you were going to say that too.
of course.
Okay, so let's say it. Does it play to your advantage? You as a Puerto Rican
I mean,
to play into the culture. Hola,
Yeah.
compano. Does that play into your bartering? Honestly.
Yeah, it happens. You know, you're being there.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah, so for some reason, the Latin people feel more comfortable making business with somebody that speaks the same
That's
language.
okay.
I guess
You're not going to get in trouble, bro. Say whatever you want to
Are you
say.
sure?
Absolutely.
if you're Asian, use the yellow card.
Oh my gosh! I love it. I love it. So what are Curtis and I supposed to do? Hey, y'all, did you vote for Trump too this weekend?
Well,
What's our camaraderie? Like, did you eat a hot dog and mashed potatoes this weekend? What is me and Curtis? What's the white card?
I mean,
You gotta go to white vendors.
Few and far between.
No wonder why we got such good deals in Arkansas. That's amazing.
there you go.
Ricky can speak to it too. Does the brown card work in your favor?
It does.
I know it does.
It really does. I'm not gonna lie. It does. Remember when we went with Jer? There was this sweet Halo Xbox, dude. He went to ask. He's like,
He's
$40.
like, he's like the whitest guy ever. Like in a carnigan.
He's like, how you doing? How much for this? He's like, $40. Jer's like, rip off. And I go up and like, hey, jefe, ¿cuánto cuesta?
There
And
you
he's
go.
like, $10. I was like,
$10?
what?
No. I see it with Ricky often. Ricky will be like, he'll have like a regular t-shirt on, hat forward, and he's like, how much? And then he asks, and then they say, and he doesn't like the price. And I see Ricky put on the hoodie, hat backwards, and he goes into his completely different mode and gets a better deal. It's a real thing. I don't care what anybody says.
You know what? It pissed me off.
What?
When we are in the SWAT meet and I start talking in Spanish with Ricky.
Yeah.
And he answer in English, but when we get to make the deals, he start talking Spanish like very with the very Mexican accent.
Yeah, Ricky's good.
Yeah.
Let's hear it, Ricky. Your best vendor approach. Right now, you see on the edge of the table a big Pokemon plushie. You see a bunch of them. But you really want... Gabo, you play the vendor. Ready? You're walking up. Walk up right now. Wait, audio listeners.
Pásele.
Hola, jefe, ¿cómo está?
Bien, ¿y usted?
¿Cuánto por todo esto aquí?
Unos 50 varitos.
Toma 30, por favor.
No, mijo, 40.
Okay.
You know what's so funny about that? It's from being at Golden West, I can follow what they're saying. And my Spanish is like so nil. Like I hardly understand any of it. But they said, would you take 50, 30? They agreed at 40, I believe, was what you said.
Yeah.
And I followed that whole thing.
And it's like, I just go up, like, call him Chief. Like, what's up, Chief? Kind
I
of
got
like,
that too.
what up, boss?
Did you follow it?
I felt like I was in that conversation. I probably would have fumbled the ball real quick if I tried to jump in, but I felt pretty comfortable in that.
Yeah, like my Spanish has increased so much from just going to Golden West and listening to that. And now what I do is I actually go and I'll try to talk minimal Spanish to vendors, but I will negotiate. I know all the numbers pretty well, so I can do it pretty well. So
It sounds weird.
and it helps. I think it does.
It sounds weird to me because in the Golden West, there's a lot of Asian vendors too.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Yep.
And what about Latins? I will say it's between 25 and 25.
Oh, the vendors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Percent like 25%. White people, 25%.
I don't know, Gabo. I don't see color, man.
It's a very diverse.
It's very
swap meet
diverse.
that we
Yeah.
have.
That's I think our community at Golden West is so diverse, and it makes it a fun experience. We're literally just a bunch of ragtag team of every different type of person you can think of, and I freaking love it.
One of my sticks is like when I walk up to a vendor and like literally I see something I like, and they go, oh, this guy comes up, and then they start looking it up right in front of me. They're like, oh yeah, this will go for more, and somebody else walks up and it's cheaper, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, bro. Take it and accept it. All right, what you got, Chris? Come on, give us a good, or do you want me to go first? Are you ready?
I'll go. I mean, my main thing is really just rapport. Like just walking up to a vendor and just saying how much, and then they give you a price, and then I'll give you half of that. Like never really seems to pan out.
Okay.
I mean, the best deals I've ever gotten, and especially for like game collecting, is really like digging deeper, building rapport, talking to the vendors or talking to whoever you might be buying from, and finding out, maybe they. You go to a garage sale, maybe up in the attic, there's a whole thing of games, but you wouldn't know unless you talked to them and built up a rapport and stuff. So I've felt that has been the best thing for me.
Define rapport in the dictionary for anybody who doesn't know what that means.
Well, just building like a good relationship, talking.
Okay, good. 'Cause I had no idea what that meant.
Yeah.
I was sitting here like, how do I Google this without him looking?
Yeah, just good relationship building. Like really, and we all do it, just talking and building that good relationship. It's worked out the best for me. Not just at the flea market, but in like all aspects of collecting.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, one of my favorites would be, and this is a good one for anybody because I know a lot of times people go, hey, that's not fair. You guys, clearly have the ability now to buy a lot of stuff. Hey, you guys must have got good jobs or something. You guys are buying a lot of stuff. So if you don't have money, I think this is the best tip that nobody ever talks about. You have skill. You have a living. You do something for work. You're good at something in the world. Use that as a bartering system. And I've seen people do it in, let's say, like I knew a chiropractor, and this is a real example. Chiropractor, this guy came in to the chiropractor. I don't have a lot of money. I work for this company like Quicksilver. Well, shoot, chiropractor is a surfer here. Okay, well, that's fine. Well, what can you do? He's like, what if I bring you a new wetsuit every season and board shorts and this and that? You can help them with things you have. For me, say I didn't have a lot of money. Oh, shoot. Oh, perfect example. I one time had a guy that was going door to door offering to paint a house. And it was back when I didn't really have a lot of money. And I was like, I don't really want to paint my house. I don't really want to spend that much money, 25 grand, blah, blah, blah. And I started thinking as he's talking, and I'm like, And I just shot my shot, and I'm like, do you guys have like a promo video or website or social media? And he's like, no, we don't have any of that. And I'm like, you want it? And he's like, I would love to have that stuff. And I'm like, if you paint my house for free, I will do that. I'll build you a website. I build you a video. I'll go out on site and film you painting houses, make into a clean, nice video. So the same can go with even swap meet vendors. You can do that. If you know a vendor, you start talking to them every week, you're low on cash, go, dude, I don't have money for that, but I'm really good at carpentry. Do you need help building something? I can help build some really nice tables for the swap meet for you. It can be anything. And I think that's one of the most useful tools if you don't have money, because everybody's skilled at something, even if it's something you don't, whether you can cut hair, whether you can do, I don't know, Gabo, what are you really good at?
I don't know either.
You'll think of it by the end of it.
One of my grandpa says, he always says, you'll always have a job if you know how to work with your hands. And like what you're saying is your tip is basically what your trade is, right?
Yes.
Like something that you can offer as a service to be able to get something in return.
Yeah. And I mean, it can be literal trade if you want to, like games or clothing or toys or whatever it is. But I'm talking about your specific actual, skill.
Yeah.
Ricky, you better come at me with a heater, bro. I want my mind to be blown, and I never want to game hunt the same again.
I already used the brown card, so you can.
Yeah, I can't even use that anymore.
I love that's how they both relied on that topic.
This is our best shot.
Nah, I guess for me, it's more like letting people know what I want. I don't care how much of a dork they think I am. But like half the people, like for the longest time, didn't even know what I collected. Finally told like some of my cousins, they're like, "Oh my gosh, dude, I got all these games. You have to. I'll give them to you." I'm like, "Oh, what do you have?" They're like, "Oh, boxed N64 box games." I'm like, "Hold." So I'm trying to save that for an episode. So we might go to our relative's house and have a pick through.
That's what I like to hear.
I think one of the things that people miss out on a lot that you do very well is you bundle. Right?
Ooh, the bundler.
Yeah, bundler.
Tips on that, man. When you can bundle a lot of things together, you can save some money.
Yeah, you can.
You have to be willing to spend a little money if you're a bundler too. But I like your tip about letting people know. I feel like that was talked about in the early days of YouTube, and then it kind of stopped being talked about. And that is like literally tell family, friends, swap meet people, like you said, walk up to them.
Yeah.
Hey, you got this? I like this. But mix it with rapport, the new word that I learned.
The two of those. I mean, you've been doing that a lot at Golden West recently, like letting people know, and then they're bringing stuff specifically for you.
Yes, but you have to be willing. That's one where you have to be willing to pay a little, like I said, because nothing bothers them more. They dig it out. They search it out. They look for it for a week. They bring it to you, and you're like, nah.
You almost have to pay exactly what they want.
Pretty much.
Or they're like,
Are we
okay,
talking
you're
Dusty?
done. Yeah, they cut you off.
So Dusty at the swap meet was so funny. We always pay, I wouldn't say like high on Dusty, but we pay pretty close to what his stuff's worth.
No one else will pay him that much.
No one else will.
I mean, that's a
Yeah.
good tactic too. Is just paying. Sometimes you pay the price
Well,
of what it. Don't negotiate because you might lose that contact. And I'll do that a lot too. I'll be like,
Exactly.
okay, I know this is a little bit high, but I'm just going to do it
Yeah.
just because.
When we did that recently, we did that and we paid pretty close, but he gave us a pretty decent deal on this one. And we were selling it all on Whatnot. And he was in the room, and right when he was in there, go figure, some of the items went for higher than they should have. Thank you, whoever did that. You never have to do that, but the stuff went for higher. And we see Dusty pop in there, and he's like, "Oh, the prices just doubled at the swap meet."
Dusty pops into your what?
He popped in, bro. We
Does
got
he
that celeb
really?
status.
They didn't see it, so
Wow.
I ended up seeing a screenshot and sent it to the boys, and I was like, "Look what Dusty said."
He screenshotted it, showed it to us after, and I was like, "You son of a gun!"
Dang, that's
Dusty would get us,
hilarious.
but he's one of those guys. Again, we're building rapport through also cash. But again, use my tip if you don't have that cash. Hey, thanks for bringing it all, but I can help you with this. I know how to cook. I'll come make you dinner tonight.
Yeah, and just to talk about, like, we built Blake and I, Blake and I, it's funny because Blake and I are hunting. You guys are always hunting in little groups. We cross over. But Blake and I built rapport with Dusty. And most recently, like, we went to his place. He doesn't like to have people there, he said. But we did. We went there. He hooked us up with a good deal. But he was like,
dust ball, huh?
yeah, so I mean that's just that relationship building, and a lot of the deals that I do now are like behind the scenes deals like that.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's why you avoid us. We're with a camera everywhere. Hey,
Was this
what'd you find?
another one of your speculation deals? What would you end up getting there?
From Dusty,
Yeah.
bunch of T-shirts, and I actually bought like $2,000 worth of CDs,
Nice.
Oh my
audio
gosh.
CDs, which I've talked about CDs on here before, but
That's
they
so
have been
brutal for
selling.
me.
I've been selling a lot of those CDs for $50 to $100 a piece.
Have you made your money back yet?
Dusty, are you
Probably
listening?
I'm pretty close. I've only been selling them for about a week. Yeah,
Wow.
they were really good audio CDs, like more obscure, like rock.
I have such a hard time paying high money for CDs, even if I know they're worth money. I don't know if I just suck at flipping them or what it is, but my brain just doesn't work.
Well, there was 1,000 of them. I bought them for $2 a piece.
That scares me even more.
It was the biggest CD purchase I've ever done. but
Wow.
It was $2,000
You are
for the
wild.
CDs. But again, I didn't know, I couldn't look them all up, so I just took a chance on it.
Yeah.
But I've been
No.
selling them for $10, $20, $30, $50, $100 a piece, a lot of them.
Even if I was a seller, I wouldn't let you look them up. Like, I don't have time to watch you.
No,
look
I
up
don't have
100
time to
CDs.
do that. No, you just take a shot.
Now, over time, I'm gonna ask each one of you guys, has your approach to your tips and tricks changed?
Yes. I think that I've pretty much built all of mine on relationship at this point, because you can mix in any sort of tip, but I just have learned that if you can get that vendor to be happy to see you, you'll get a better deal. Right. And there's, one of the ladies there that she used to not love me. I could tell she'd kind of back out a little bit every time, but now I can see it. I can visibly see it when we're walking over. They like me and you're like, oh, like almost like get the hair like a little bit ready, like kind of smile, like, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like they know we're coming. And the guy always says hi to you too. Hey, Ricky, it's one of the first booths we go to, but relationship for me has just kind of taken over everything.
It's true.
Yeah,
How
and
about
I've
you guys?
developed that over the years
Yeah.
too. I mean, probably 10 years ago. I'm a lot better at it now than I was 10 years ago. And it's just a skill you kind of,
Yeah.
it's just general human interaction. You just get better at like, yeah, we're negotiating over an item for price, but I'm also more interested in knowing like who you are. Tell me about your
Absolutely.
story. Like that's a big key component to it. And you'll end up getting a lot better prices on things once you build the relationship
Absolutely.
like that.
What are you smiling about over there, Gabo?
Now, I want to hear
Devil's
it.
like, screw that. You just take
Just take brown card. Brown card only. If that fails, I'm out.
I'm thinking about my brown car. I never change it. It's always the same.
It's like I never had to build a
No,
relationship.
but
Go for
ahead.
it. No, you're good. Go for it.
I agree with him saying like I was going to add like one of the tip too is like always be honest.
Yes.
Like I love when you are buying something and you say, I'm gonna sell this.
Yeah,
I love that, and I think the sellers love that too.
they do.
If I'm a seller,
The
I
audience
will,
doesn't like it, but the sellers like it.
yes. If I'm a seller, I would love to hear that because you're being honest.
Yes.
And of course, being nice. Try to, like you guys say, like build a relationship.
Yeah.
So I think, that's a good tip too.
Yeah, and like I said, I think that they really love that, which is really
Yeah.
important. It's kind of a bittersweet thing though, because the audience that watches YouTube videos doesn't necessarily like that. They think it comes off as slimy, which I understand, but the seller rapport is really important. I love that I know that word now. I'm like using it every minute.
It's a good word.
You guys have a good report? Everybody?
Yeah.
One of the biggest suggestions I have out there is to look at Gary Vee, who's somebody who's been very notorious. He has this thing called trash talk. You literally build nothing and come into something.
Yeah.
Right. You start with $5, you turn it into hundreds of dollars. Right. And that's just something that like all of us have learned over time. It's like doesn't matter what price you pay. It's like it's just a journey and also trying to build a business off of nothing.
I don't follow him, but I did see a short come up one time of him saying like, if you make under $100,000 and you're not happy, quit your job. And
It's
he's
one of
like,
the best
because
advice.
he's like, you could make it so easily flipping. And I was like, wow.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
That was a really good little clip. I don't watch his show either, but I saw that.
Yeah.
And it's very, very true. You can easily make $100,000 just flipping stuff.
I know. I'm not saying that to anybody, making anyone feel uncomfortable financially or
No.
anything like that. But I will just say that everybody I know that has done that serious has been like, hey, I'm going to flip and I'm going to take it seriously. Everyone, including, I can name 10 of my friends who have done it, who have immediately made over 6 figures.
Yeah, and you can do it while still having a job too. It's not
Yeah.
even, it's a side.
All of us, really.
Yeah, you guys.
Damn,
I commit.
really
I made
need-
the jump. I no longer have a job.
Yes, Gabo?
I really need to quit my job.
But you don't sell, bro.
Is that Earthbound?
Yeah, bro.
Is that real?
That is real. Earthbound
It's real.
right there.
No.
Audio listeners.
Reproduction box, guys. This is green screen.
Yeah.